Peace Collective, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, as you can tell by the title, we're going to get into another deep dive today, you guys. We're going to look into the energy between Nicki Minaj and Roc Nation. If you guys are ever interested in readings that look more into celebrity culture, the entertainment industry, music, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series. That's where you can find more readings just like this one. If you guys are ever interested in personals, I do offer them. All the information is going to be in the description box down below, like always, okay? Just as a quick disclaimer, you guys, this channel is not a fan page. This is not a stan page or anything of the sort, okay? So everything in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, you don't like the subject matter, you don't like the people we're talking about today, it's okay, just click off the reading. It is no big deal. There are 101 channels, 101 other readings on this channel for you guys to tap into and check out if this is not the one for you today, okay? Make sure you guys leave a like on the video. It is free 99. Share if you care, subscribe. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family, okay? So if you guys clicked on this reading, then I'm pretty sure you know who Nicki Minaj is. I'm pretty sure you guys know what Roc Nation is, okay? Jay-Z's record label. And even if you're not on Twitter, you might know somebody on Twitter or you've seen it on Instagram, Facebook, but Nicki has been out of her a little bit of a hiatus and she's back on Twitter and she's been heavily calling out people such as Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, who is the CEO of Roc Nation, okay, sits right next to Jay-Z pretty much, okay, two peas in a fucking pod. And just the industry in general. A lot of weird swatting has happened to her before. People trying to destroy her marriage, make her look like she's like insane because of the things she's saying. So yeah, it's a lot of weird shit going on. And even academics, if you guys are followers or you watch DJ Academics, he's not the biggest fan of Nicki Minaj like at all, but even he has come to her defense in regards to these really nasty political tactics, bullying tactics, essentially, that Roc Nation participate in. Okay, and it's not just her, it's an industry-wide thing, it seems like. And if you guys know Desiree Perez, she's got a lawsuit right now with her own daughter, okay, for trying to institutionalize her own child. So if she could do that to her own blood, flesh and blood, who's to say what they would do with people who they find expendable, okay? So anyway, we're going to get right into this. I've got a Queen of Wands to represent Nicki, being that she's a Sagittarius. And then I have a King of Wands here to represent Jay-Z. Then I have the Hierophant here next to it as well, just to kind of represent the organization as a whole, the people at the top of the totem pole that may kind of create the conglomerate of Roc Nation, because it's not just Jay-Z alone, right? He's really just the face, if you want to be real, okay? But we're going to get into an oracle deck first. We're going to use What's the Vibe. We're going to start with Nicki's portion. If somebody wants to timestamp this reading, you're more than welcome to. We're going to start with Nicki first. We're going to start with some oracles. Then we'll dive into the tarot a little bit later to clarify the messages, okay? Let's see. These are some clear and concise messages when it comes to this current energy around, so they have established here, psychopath showing up, okay? What is this current energy with Nicki, please, at this time when it comes to Roc Nation specifically? That's her current energy at this time. And even how I have the cards laid out on the table, you guys, Nicki's card is kind of just looking away. Then I have the King of Wands, again, to represent Jay-Z. It's just staring at her card, like very intently. But let's see. What is this energy, please, for Nicki at this time when it comes to Roc Nation? How does she feel when it comes to them at this time? Ooh. Okay, what is this? Wow, and didn't I just say I just saw this card, the psychopath, okay? Abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. The guy's makeup almost kind of looks like the Joker, damn near, okay? So, and I just said that, how She has been very vocal. You know, shout out to the Barbs. I'm not a Barb or anything like that, but shout out to you guys. Y'all be putting the puzzle pieces together like nothing I've ever seen. But they are really doing their best to make her sound like she's nuts, like she's insane, okay? But the card specifically says abusive, conniving, and unpredictable. And when I'm pulling cards, you guys, just so I'm very clear how I'm reading this energy, this is how she's viewing or how she feels when it comes to Rock Nation. And we're going to do the same thing vice versa when we get to their portion, okay? So already, just straight out the gate, she could feel, allegedly, or view them as abusive people, abuse of control, essentially, okay? Abuse of control. All right. At this point, maybe not so much unpredictable, because once you get used to a particular pattern from a particular person or a group of people, it's not so unpredictable anymore. Okay. But let's see, why is it here? How does she feel, or how is she viewing this group? Please and thank you. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Chaos. Looks like a tornado in the distance. Upheaval. Disaster and downfall. Yeah, I literally just heard I am your karma. That's what I just heard. I don't know if she's ever said that before. And I do have Twitter. I've seen her tweets, but she'll be doing so many at a time. It's like too much for me to keep up with. But I just heard that, like, I am your karma. So she could maybe just allegedly feel as though, yeah, I'm bringing the chaos to your fucking doorstep. Knock, knock, open up, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting from her. But yeah, upheaval, disaster, and downfall. Okay. Why is this here, please? And thank you. How does she feel when it comes to Rock Nation or her energy towards them at this time? Oh, what is this? Yeah, karmics. That's some crazy energy. Yeah, and it's like, okay, you have all the money in the world. You guys are established, you're wealthy, and I think there is still a very fine line of respect that Nicki may have for maybe not so much Rock Nation as a whole, but just Jay-Z, maybe his music career, right? Because I don't think she would want to take that away from him, especially knowing that she's so heavily influenced by his music. So there is a very little thin line, a little bit of respect there still for that. Anything else, though, it's like, fuck you, you know? So yeah, she's acknowledged, like, you guys have a lot of money, a lot of power, you guys are established, you're secure, and you guys can, again, you can create or abuse your power. You can create chaos and turmoil in other people's lives because of this money and this conglomerate you have, right? But it says third parties, haters, and lesson learned. So she definitely views them as karmics in your life. Didn't I just say that? Like, she could be in that energy of I am your karma. Okay. Okay. So yeah, haters. I think she learned her lesson, or she feels like she could teach them a lesson, or there's a lesson to be learned from all of this in regards to, like, Rock Nation and them, okay? The thing about a narcissist, in regards to Jay-Z, okay? The thing about a narcissist, they don't see defeat, or that's just not an option to them. So when you've gotten away with certain things for, what, 30 something years, maybe a little more, a little less than that, 30 years around about, and you got all this money, power, control, gatekeeper type of vibes, yeah, like, what lesson is there to learn? Or you may feel like there is no lesson to learn because you are the almighty. You are, you know what I mean, guys? I really hope that makes sense. So I get a very heavy, like, narcissistic energy from Jay-Z anytime I do a reading on him, where it's just like, it's not an option to lose, or there is no such thing as karma, you know? And that, yeah. Okay, you're not bigger than the spiritual program is really what I want to say. But we're going to go to Jay-Z. And again, I have the Hierophant here to represent just the organization of Rock Nation as a whole. Because I don't know every single person's zodiac sign in that group. So just for lack of a better card right now. But let's get a couple of these. How does Rock Nation feel? What's up with Jay-Z and them when it comes to Nicki at this time? Please and thank you. And again, guys, I know people kind of like to hop and skip and jump around in the readings. But when I'm pulling cards, this is how they are viewing her, how they feel towards her at this time. Okay? What is this, please? And that's the one thing, though. Like, they don't get involved with the whole internet shenanigans, going back and forth. They don't do all that. They do all their shit behind the scenes, okay? But I've got burned bridges showing up, okay? Lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. So they could view her as somebody like they just don't trust for real. But why? I'm pretty sure there could be a number of reasons maybe why. Okay, burned bridges. When someone says they've burned a bridge with you, it's like they can't come back, or, you know, they did you dirty, did you wrong. And again, we're talking about a serial fucking narcissist here, okay? What may be quote unquote wrong or doing him wrong may not be doing someone wrong to a person who's not a serial narcissist. I really hope that makes sense, you guys, okay? So what is this? Lack of trust for what? Disloyal, turned back on, like viewing her as untrustworthy and disloyal, okay? But in what capacity? Why? Why is this here, please? Oh. Suffering in silence, okay? Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. I just said that, how they don't get involved with the whole internet back and forth shenanigans. They do shit behind the scenes, okay? Unspoken desires. Broken dreams. Why is that here? Then you have longing here. Looks like some type of meeting, okay? Missing you. Let's talk in a reunion. So maybe this always reminds me of like some type of family meeting, a business meeting of some sort. There's a group of 4 people here. So it looks like a camp and another camp. Again, it's like maybe she didn't want to work with you guys. Is that what Rock Nation in them? Is that what it is? But I feel like she has worked with them before. The whole deal with Tidal, she signed a contract with them, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they owe her money. But again, to a serial narcissist, doing them wrong is not doing what they want you to do. Okay? Like, yeah. Okay, why is this here, please? Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. It's giving like this guy looks very frustrated. It looks like he's about to punch a fucking wall or something. Okay, so she could have them very, I'm hearing the word flustered or frustrated. Okay, what is this? Why? What is this? Why is this here, please? Running. Okay, escape, excuses, and denial. Yeah, so she like got away from them, like got out of Dodge from them real fast. Okay, I need one more on this, please. Yeah, it's giving maybe they don't quote unquote trust her, or she's quote unquote disloyal because she didn't get trapped in their talons, essentially. Okay, talons meaning like bird claws. So, let me get one more on this, please. Yeah, she got out of Dodge. Maybe they did try to sign her at one point, or maybe just wanted to work with her more. And I'm hearing they wanted to cheat her out of something, cheat her out of money. I'm assuming. Okay. So it's like she smelled the bullshit from a mile away, possibly. Okay. Let me see. What is this about? And boundaries. Okay, yeah. Disrespectful. Enough is enough, and defend yourself. So you see someone drawing a line in the sand. And again, as I'm reading cards, this is how they're viewing Nicki at this time, or their energy towards her, and how they see her. So it's like she created some serious boundaries with them, or drew a line in the sand. And I feel like it's more so, maybe not disrespect, but standing up for yourself, or it's like you don't allow just anybody to walk all over you. So now you're what? Now you're hard to work with. Now you're a diva, or now you're disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Just because you didn't lay on your back and let them do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like now you don't trust you. You know what I mean, guys? So yeah, she got the hell out of Dodge with that, is definitely what I'm seeing. I want to switch decks. We're going to get to something else. Is this making any sense to you so far? Definitely leave a like on the video, you guys. Share if you care. It's absolutely free 99. I'm going to use What's the Tea. Okay. I don't feel like I use this deck too much in like my celebrity tap-ins and whatnot. But I am going to get into this true crime oracle as well in a moment. But let's see. Let's go back to Nicki. Again, I had psychopath, Okay, she definitely views the conglomerate of Rock Nation / Jay-Z as karmics, haters towards her. She views them as people going through some type of chaos or a disaster. And I keep getting this vibe here from her where she could feel like she is the karma for them. Okay? And again, abuse of control here, abuse of power, I think is the better way to say it. Okay, why is this here, please? How does she feel? What's her energy like when it comes to Rock Nation? Please and thank you. Oh, inside scoop. Yeah, looks like somebody has a magnifying glass up to a drink. Okay, a closer look, nosy and up in your business. Ooh, obsessive lover. This is giving me Scorpio energy. Dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, and a karmic. So that's the second time we're seeing the energy of karmic. Okay, so she is giving, this is telling me she could feel, or she knows allegedly, that these people are obsessed with like watching her. And again, guys, it doesn't always have to make it 100% true. This is just how she's viewing in the situation or how she feels, okay? But I think it's kind of clear what's going on here. Okay, obsessive lover, obviously they're not in a relationship, but obsessed with getting the information on her or getting to know what the hell she's doing, you know, up in your business. Yeah, fake smiles is flipped over, so very fake and phony. Obsessed with stalking, watching possibly is how she could feel, okay? Allegedly. What is this? Oh, wow. Okay, yep, damn. Spiritual hater, and then you've got shine. Your light irritates their demons, okay? So two similar energies showing up, one at the bottom and one that just fell out. Okay, hates on your spirituality, light, magic, and power. So I think she's very vocal about that, like believing in God or, you know, having a relationship with Jesus Christ and things like that. So that makes sense why she could view them as people who are irritated by her light, or just the fact that a lot of people love and adore her so much just naturally, you know. And even just really quick, guys, with the psychopath card, the spiritual hater, I know it's a little hard to see in the camera, but they both have like very like distorted looking, fucked up makeup on. So there could be some weird ass spiritual shit going on over there at Rock Nation, okay? And I've said that before in my readings, whether it be Beyonce, Jay-Z and Diddy, Jay-Z, or anybody the fuck else. Yes, he is very inclined in certain spiritual practices. Okay, but there's light and dark and everything, good and bad and everything. So with this type of energy, it's giving me maybe something a little on the darker side of things, okay? That always comes out as far as his energy goes. And I'm reading on Nicki's side right now, so she's just acknowledging that, what I've already mentioned numerous times, okay? If you've caught any of my other, you know, deep dives regarding these people. But let's see. So she definitely sees him as a spiritual hater, okay? Or maybe even people doing work on her. She could feel like that as well, possibly. Okay, what is this, please? Spiritual hater. Okay, kissing ass. Okay, so maybe at one point they've tried to, you know, cozy up to her or work out a deal with her, but maybe that's kind of why with Rock Nation and them, they're viewing her as creating boundaries, saying no, escaping a situation, and now it's like a burned bridge, right? But yeah, flowers here, kissing ass. And I just saw a fake smile, so some people who are very fake and phony, you know. I'm gonna get one more on this, please. Wow, that's so funny. I was just saying about Scorpio energy a few minutes ago, and I just had a notification pop up on my phone about the sun moving into Scorpio. So shout out to the Scorpios. Happy birthday to y'all. Okay, but let's see. Why is this here, please? I don't know if Nicki has Scorpio in her chart, but I know she definitely has a lot of Sagittarius placements, okay? Like, not just a Sag sun, but she's got like 4 or 5 other Sagittarius placements. But yeah, looking you up. Another energy about looking people up, stalking, watching. Okay, this card says researching you, studying you, and getting info. And with this particular deck, you guys, again, it's not going to be visible in the camera too well, but the woman is doing a Google search on this phone in the card. So the Google search that she's looking up is Francesca Woodman. I've looked this up before. Francesca Woodman was a photographer, if I'm not mistaken. I believe from New York, and she ultimately committed suicide when I looked into her energy. So, you know, I feel like, just intuitively I'm getting this right now, I feel like it's not too besides me or too besides even Nicki or maybe people very close to her that they could be trying to drive her that crazy that, well, maybe she'll just remove herself. I really hope that makes sense, you guys. Maybe she'll just delete herself because we can drive her that crazy. It'll be too obvious if we do it. So if we just drive her crazy enough, maybe, which is absolutely insane. If not that drastic, then delete herself, okay, from like the industry, right? Wow, okay. But yeah, Francesca Woodman. You guys can look her up yourself, you know, if you think I'm bullshitting. That and the imagery that Francesca Woodman used to make photography about, very distorted. It almost looks like fractured mind type of vibe. So again, trying to drive somebody that fucking crazy that they check up out of here, you know? So yeah, very scary. Very scary. So she could really feel like that, you know? But let's see. We're gonna go back to Jay and Rock Nation. We're gonna use the same deck for them, okay? And see what their head is at. What's going on with them, please, and thank you. Again, I have burned bridges. Again, they view her as maybe someone disloyal, lack of trust, okay? Again, someone says no to you or challenges you as a narcissist. It's like, oh, well, you're disrespectful, or you have an attitude problem. You know what I mean? Granted, I'm pretty sure she's got a very heavy attitude problem and she's got a very serious ego issue. That's come up for her a couple of times in my readings, okay? Nobody's fucking perfect, right? We're all humans. But just because somebody said no or got out of your vice grip or didn't want to work with you doesn't mean that they're disloyal. You know what I mean? Or disrespectful. Okay, so let's see. Why is here, please, for Jay-Z and Rock Nation? Please and thank you. Haunted. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Spooky season. Memories, flashback, trauma, and side effects. A lot of memories. When something is haunting you, it may not be a good thing. Something overplaying in your head a lot, or I don't know. I don't know why I'm hearing this. I'm hearing something about witch hazel. Isn't witch hazel like a topical treatment, like hydrogen peroxide or something? Maybe it's just trying to witch warlock energy. I don't know, but something about witch hazel. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyway, let's see. Why is it here, please? Oh, dirt digging, looking for dirt on you, and vice versa. Okay, wow. Yeah, and didn't I just say that just because someone said no to you, rejected you, created a particular boundary, stood up for themselves, it doesn't mean that they're mean or rude or disrespectful or untrustworthy. Okay, so this is another energy about getting information on somebody. Looking for dirt on you or vice versa. Now, it's not to say Nicki's very connected too. So just as these people are connected, Nicki is very connected as well. So she could have information on them too. Okay, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, whatever information that might be. Okay, legal stuff, financial stuff, personal shit, who knows, right? But they could be viewing her as the one doing the dirt digging, or again, having maybe even unearthing stuff. Shit from the past here. Maybe that's what this is too. Okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I just heard like she's gotta go. That's literally what I just heard. She's gotta go. Because whatever this is, shit from the past, again, memories, flashbacks being unearthed. Someone here is literally digging shit up from the dirt. So there should be some old shit that she's going to unearth, or that she's in the middle of unearthing, that's very old, from the past all the way up until now, 2025, when it comes to Rock Nation and them. Okay, looking for dirt on you and vice versa. And this is just confirming, yeah, like they do be watching or trying to get more information. Okay, especially if she's got like a lawsuit going on. is one of the last reads I did about Nicki. She definitely has like a giant lawsuit coming out. So that makes sense why, you know, doing the dirt digging, finding information to, I guess, submit as part of the lawsuit. Okay. Why is this here, please? Fake smiles is showing up again. Okay, so yeah, they're fake with her. She feels like, well, they feel like she's fake too. But, you know, Queen Rising, that's kind of the Queen of Wands energy here showing up. Stepping into your power, coming to the spotlight, and then creeping, literally watching the Queen of Wands. Wow, how shocking. Because of what? Her creativity. Yeah, steals your ideas, copies your work. Wow, shocking. Okay, why is this here, please? Fake smiles. And maybe that, and you know, again, because nobody's perfect. It's just maybe she told them she was going to work with them, or that she would do this or do that, and then it didn't work. So maybe, or she maybe pulled away from it instead, and now it's coming through as like, well, you're a phony, you're fake, allegedly, from their end, possibly. Okay, let's see, what is this, please? Why is this here? Okay, ooh, and a thief. What? This is giving me more. So they're exposing them damn selves here. Okay, a thief and the jackpot. Isn't she been very vocal about them not paying her a certain amount of money? I don't know exactly how much that they owe her, or allegedly owe her, that she's claiming that they owe her. But yeah, like a thief and a jackpot, literally stealing somebody's money or inheritance, robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. They feel, okay, and this is, I'm reading under Rock Nation right now, how they feel, how they're viewing her. So they could feel like, again, maybe someone stole Nicki from them. Maybe this could have been way back in the day. Like, maybe they did want to sign her, but she chose to go another route. Obviously, that was like with Young Money, right? Can I get one more on this thief card, please? And, you know, Rock Nation loves to be in a goddamn courtroom. So if Nicki was the one being a thief or stealing from them, breaching contracts and whatnot, I'm more than sure they would have had her ass in court, or it would have been a headline a long time ago. So I don't think that's the case. But why is this thief energy here? Oh, wow. And then you got the creativity again. Steals your ideas, copies your work. And I just mentioned earlier in the reading how, you know, Nicki may not like him, Jay-Z, but she's got, you know, she's always talked about having respect for him and being so influenced by him. Okay, so she doesn't take that away from the situation, but why is this here, please? Thief and always partying. Okay. Not understanding why that's here. Why is this here? Always partying? Again, it's another group of people, another group of 4 people. I already saw a card earlier in a totally different deck. It looked like some type of meeting, of camps of some sort, over drinks. Okay, what is this? One more, please. And screenshot. Oh, wow. Ha! Okay, yep, screenshot. Evidence, proof, and facts. But you notice how there's nothing on the fucking screen, right? We had one phone screen with information and the other one does not. So it's like, you know, whatever evidence or proof that they're looking for, or whatever it is that they're trying to do, it's like it's not working, or it's like bullshit anyway. Oh, wow, you can't make this up. Clout hungry, does anything, says anything, makes shit up, and dramatic. Wow, okay. So they're gonna try to make it seem like she's just making shit up. She's crazy, you know, with this blank screen. Don't listen to anything that she's saying, you know, out of sight, out of mind. Okay, interesting. Or it's, again, it's like they are so gung-ho on like everything going their way all the time. It's like, okay, she can dirt dig all she wants. She can think she has all this, but she doesn't have shit. Little do you know. Okay? But yeah, we're gonna get to this true crime. If this is making any sense to y'all like this style of reading, share if you care, subscribe. I would love to have y'all here, okay? We're gonna get into this true crime deck. We're gonna start with Nicki's portion knowing this, okay? And get a couple of these. These cards can get really messy really quickly. Very dark, damn near, almost, depending on what comes out in the energy. But let's see. Oh, too many cards. Again, inside scoop. She knows that they be watching, keeping tabs on her. And I'm getting shit from like release date. Like she mentioned a release date in March of next year. I feel like Rock Nation them, they probably already knew that like 6 months ago, for real, you know? And if they didn't, they may try to scurry and run around and try to get something to compete with her release date. Just bullshit, you know? What is this, please? When it comes to Nicki, why is this energy here? Okay. Ah! Ooh. Ooh. Accomplice, partner in crime. And I told y'all in the beginning of the reading, Desiree and Jay are like two peas in a fucking pod, okay? Accomplice, partner in crime. And I had assassination show up. Very violent energy, okay? So an assassination, I mean, damn, maybe she could fear that or worry about stuff like that. Like people coming after her physically, you know, not just spiritually, because the spiritual shit is attacks are not going to work. Yeah, look, legal proceedings. So I told you, she's setting up a very massive fucking lawsuit. Ha! Fraud, money laundering, fraud Z, okay? Jay-Z, fraud Z, greed, money. Yeah, so it could be for money. She could be suing them for a certain amount of money, possibly. But yeah, assassination. I'm hearing assassination of character as well. So maybe not like a literal physical assassination, but just of the spirit or the character. Okay, why is this here, please? But she could worry about that as well, you know? Star whackers, if you guys have never heard of that term, a star whacker. Like there are people out here in the industry that are literally contracted to take people out. Okay? Let's see, allegedly. So let's see, why is this here, please? Ooh. Affair. Ooh. Okay, legal proceedings again. An affair. What is this about? Why is this here, please, with the affair card? It's like she knows something going on over there. A meeting. Wow, I've already said this a few times. Like something about a meeting or like one camp meeting with another camp. Okay, it looks like a business meeting of some sort. Oh, look, and a child. And there were, you know, all those series of tweets between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj a couple of weeks ago, throwing insults and shit about each other's kids. Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to go into that, but okay, yeah, I'm not going to say that, but I also feel like with this energy, with this meeting and an affair, she could possibly allegedly feel as though people are trying to work against her relationship, possibly. Okay. And all these people are like on phones and multiple laptops. So it's giving like a lot of people. You guys ever seen like how investors, like those crypto traders, they be having like 4 or 5 screens on at the same time, just watching the market. That's what I'm getting as a vision, but like watching people move around or what they're doing, what their family is doing, shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to put out in the headlines, oh, Kenny had an affair, Kenny's out here doing this, like with other women or whatever. I'm not here to say if that's true or not, but just to, you know, yeah, just to keep kind of poking the bear. What else can we say? What else can we do? What can we put out there on social media? You know, it's giving like, oh, well, We can start this on TMZ. We can start this rumor on Twitter. We can start this rumor on Instagram. Like, damn. Okay, what is this about, please? Why is this here? And I see her meeting with like a lot of different people that know a lot of different information, at least in relation to Roc Nation and them. Okay, what is this about? I'm seeing a lot of plants. She could smoke a lot of weed or something. There's a lot of plants in this card. Oh, damn. And it came out anyway. Fuck. I was really trying really hard to like not go there because I saw it. I was like, I'm not even going to talk about that. And it's showing up anyway. We have the death card here. And Scorpio energy. Accomplice, partner in crime. Then a secret. So didn't I say already a few minutes ago how there could be a lot of information regarding Roc Nation, Des Perez, Jay-Z and them about shit that has been buried like beneath the surface for a very long time that's about to be unearthed again. Okay, this is like literally someone digging in the dirt. Yeah, the death card, assassination, accomplice, partner in crime, and secrets. This lawsuit this lawsuit she's setting up, it could unearth a lot of old stuff, you guys. And I'm telling you, when I say allegedly, Diddy, Jay-Z and them, whoever the fuck else you can think of that I can't think of right now as I'm in the middle of channeling, they've got bodies on bodies on bodies, okay? I can guarantee you that, okay? I have to say allegedly just for the purposes, but yeah, I don't like this. Wow, okay, and again, I feel like she could really fear that or worry that, and I already had assassination come out. Okay, why is this death card here? Now, of course, it could just mean like a significant ending, a major ending. Doesn't always have to be a physical transition, you know, to the upper room, but I already said like that they could drive her crazy enough so they don't have to do it. She'll just take herself out of here. That's so fucked up, okay? Why is this death card here, please? Wow, okay, why is this here? Hidden. Yep, yeah, literally, like things that are hidden. The bodies are just, where are they at? Where are they buried? You know, the skeletons in the closet, like literally injustice. Yep, bringing justice to a situation here. And then you have hidden. Again, secrets. I feel like she's like very incognito, in disguise, working with people that could possibly be in their camp. I'm not even gonna lie. It's just she's moving very carefully, even though it may not seem like it or look like it online. Behind the scenes, though, it's like she's very strategic, is what I'm getting. Okay, and I do feel like if something were to allegedly, God forbid, I rebuke that energy, happen, or she fears that, she worries that, she knows damn well they were trying to make it look like a fucking accident, and it was not a goddamn accident. If you guys watch my Tory Lanez reading, a few of them actually, I predicted him getting hurt. Not so much stabbed, but I basically predicted him getting hurt physically, or someone attempting to poison his food, his drink. Oh, it was an accident. It was just so happened that way. Bullshit. Same thing, okay? Yeah, so let's get out of that. I'm going to use the same deck for Roc Nation, okay? Yeah, and again, they feel like she not necessarily literally stole from them, but maybe wasted their time. You know, you said you would do this, or you would be over here and you're not, or it's like they have information on her as well, but it's giving like, okay, but where's the proof? Where's the evidence with this blank screen? Okay, and I feel like they view her as somebody just, you know, that's like disrespectful or mean, just hard to work with as well, is what I get from them, okay? Right here, please. Oh, cover up. Interesting. Now, what the fuck? That's why I said before. It's like I'm trying to read the energy of how they feel about Nicki. They're just exposing themselves in this reading more than anything, is what I'm getting with this. A cover up? Didn't I just say how if anything were to allegedly, God forbid, I rebuke that, happen to her, it'd be a cover-up. Oh, it was just an accident. Who would have knew? Bullshit. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's like a vigilante mask. Cover-up. Okay, what is this? Organized crime. You can't make this up. And I do feel like, yeah, and look, dating. I just said that, like, I would not be surprised if they tried to make it seem like, oh, Kenny was out here sleeping with other women. He's cheating on her now, this, that, and the third. Or trying to use the person she's with, the person she's dating, or married to, excuse me, his criminal history against him and against her. Even though it's not her criminal record, let's just use it against her any fucking way. You know, organized crime. We already saw, like, the fraud, okay, energy show up for them. And look, greed, all for money. Or they pay, yeah, look, you can't mix up, pay. Drugs and poison, they would pay. They have people on payroll, is what I'm hearing, to do shit like this. Again, star whacker energy. Organized crime, you know, Desiree Perez, that was years ago. She's been, what is it? What's the word? Like a pardon. She was pardoned by Trump, but she was making a lot of fucking money doing a lot of fucking drugs, okay? Before she cleaned her life up, I guess, and started working for fucking Rock Nation and them. Got her life together, but yeah, organized crime. I'm telling you, they're exposing themselves more than anything. I want to know how y'all feel about Nicki, okay? Because y'all are just telling on yourselves right now. That's how strong the energy is. It's like it can't even be hidden anymore. Why is this here? Organized crime. Power supply. Ooh. Okay, that goes back to like the energy source. I get energy vampire with that. Yeah, debt is showing up. Something about financially draining somebody. Okay, now there was that rumor about Nicki's her American Express card being stolen or whatever. Oh wow, I just gotta download. Fuck. Okay, organized crime. I think more people are starting to put the puzzle pieces together anyway. Like you don't even need a reading to do that. Nicki be talking in riddles sometimes, which I can't stand, but they're getting a little more clear now. Okay. If somebody really did allegedly steal her credit card or steal money from her, ran up her American Express, they were attached to them. Or they may have been allegedly attached to Rock Nation and them is what I'm getting. This organized crime. Power supply. Yeah, it's like they get their power or they maintain their power through like organized crime. It's giving laundering money is what I'm hearing. They could be money laundering, allegedly. Okay, I'm hearing super bass right now for some reason. I don't even like that song. I can't stand that song. I'm sorry, Barbs. Super bass is probably like the one song I can't stand the most. But I'm hearing it right now for some reason. I don't know the lyrics to that song, but I'm hearing it, okay? But anyway, if that has anything to do with anything I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. But super bass, I don't know. Guys, here, please. Grandparent and justice showing up again. Legalities. Damn, okay, so, damn, okay, so you guys remember what I said in the beginning of the reading. Yep, celebrity, justice, and a fraud is showing up. Legal proceedings. Yep, I was just going to say fraudulent energy. Just how Desiree did with her own daughter. Demore got her Baker acted down in Florida, got her institutionalized and everything. Now, I know Nicki is not like a grandparent or anything, but it's giving me caregiver energy or institutionalized. And then you have justice, celebrity, she is a celebrity, fraudulent, okay, legal proceedings. You go through a legal proceeding to get somebody institutionalized if they're not seen to be or deemed to be mentally stable, okay. And then look, missing. Like, where does she go? Where is she at? MIA? Or they're the type of people that, yeah, they can make somebody go fucking missing, you know. Grandparent was here. Okay, why is this grandparent showing up? That's crazy. Wow. Oh, trapped. You can't make this up. And it looks like a dog in a cage, literally, like in a jail cell or some sort. Oh boy, that's why I get why she doesn't trust people, doesn't trust nobody, because they will get to whoever they need to get to infiltrate, get information. Again, maybe use family and friends against her. Again, making her look crazy. Okay, jeez Louise, it's a lot, but we're gonna get out of that. We're gonna get into the tarot, you guys. Again, I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me and for sticking through. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and being here with me. It really means a lot. So we're gonna get into the tarot. We're gonna go back to Nicki. Okay, we're gonna get a couple of these, and I won't keep you guys here for too much longer. Again, I had assassination, affair. The death card showed up, okay? And the fact that assassination and death, and I already had an energy show up where someone may just want her to like delete herself. That's ridiculous, okay? She really could feel like at this point, like, they may really just try to get me out of here physically. Like, it could be at that point where she's feeling, you know, allegedly. Okay, Hangman is showing up. Pisces energy. This can talk about a new perspective or needing to sacrifice or let something go, okay? Oh, wow. Fuck. I wish I didn't even say that. Ugh. You know, these people in the industry be making, like, sacrifices and whatnot, okay? Whether you believe that or not. And that's how they get over on us, you guys. That's how they get over on us, the general public. It's not about what the fuck you actually believe or not, okay? You don't have to believe the sky is blue, but is it? Yeah, it is. So it's like, it's not about what you believe. That's how, especially people who are involved in heavy spiritual practices, they bank on you not believing in it. Oh, I don't believe that shit. That's that witchy poo shit. That's bullshit. Oh, that was just stories. And then you wonder why you were so easy to get worked on. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Some people just don't they may be ignorant to things that they don't really understand fully. But I feel like this situation, not just this year, but maybe over the last few years, has really opened her eyes or made her realize, again, have a new perspective that, yeah, people are into some dark shit, you know? And maybe, yeah, like an industry sacrifice or something is just kind of how this is coming through. Maybe she just, again, knows about stuff like that, okay? Why is this here, please? That can also be kind of hanging in the balance or feeling like stuck, kind of taking a break, a pause. Okay, Judgment. Yep, didn't I say that? She feels like she is the karma, or she's the one enacting karma. Okay, the Judgment card can be an awakening. Yeah, I just feel like she could be having a major realization that some of these people are not just love and light, or it's not just all, no, when people say God, it's not always just, you know, like your Lord and Savior or the God of the Bible that you and I may believe in, you know? Or I should say not believe in, because yes, people, witches, warlocks, Satanists, they believe in God, but they don't accept God as their God. I hope that makes sense, okay? But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that. But the Judgment card, an awakening, a wake-up call, maybe even second chances and forgiveness. But it's Gabriel literally blowing the horn. Like, it's over with. It's a wrap. Okay? I'm hearing like the second coming. I don't know why I just heard it like that, but okay. Yep, blowing the horn. Why is this here, please? Oh. 3 of Wands. Okay. 3 of Wands, like expansion, moving forward, maybe even waiting for your ships to come in. I see you're waiting very patiently for, again, this horn to be blown, or for things to kind of just hit the fan, things to fall apart. 3 of Wands could be travel as well, doing business at a distance, doing business overseas. She could be going on a tour, allegedly, possibly. The album, you know, obviously hasn't come out yet, but maybe a little further into next year, she might possibly do a tour. Okay. Yeah, and look, the Queen of Wands upright and the Page of Swords reversed. So definitely heavy gossip, stalking, watching with this Page of Swords in the reverse. But she's got to be mindful of, you know, certain information she puts out. That's why I said she's very particular and very strategic about what information she says and what she doesn't say, what she does say and what she omits. Even how she says certain things, it's very particular, even though it may to us look very chaotic, sporadic. Like, what the hell is this girl talking about? You know? Why is the Three of Wands here, please? The Strength card. Yep. Holding back. And it's just a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. And I feel like she's tired of holding her tongue. She's tired of holding back. Okay? Because the Strength card, maybe more so someone holding back. They could have confidence and a lot of courage, right? But maybe, you know, cat's got your tongue. Even the lion's tail is tucked a little bit. Not saying she's scared, but it's giving, like, I'm not holding back my truth anymore. People need to know or need to hear this. Okay, that's also like a clear mind, victory, success. The Ace of Swords is not clouded judgment. You're not confused. You're not stupid. The Ace of Swords upright is a very clear mind, open, honest conversation. Someone who's very mentally sharp. So, I mean, I thought she was supposed to be on drugs and schizophrenic. And I thought that was that's what we're going with, right? But, I mean, shit. People are using that word all over the damn place. Like, they've never heard it, like it's a brand new word that just got put in the dictionary yesterday or something. Like, I've never seen people use that term so much until recently. Okay, what is this, please? And that's a very serious condition. Like, you don't just throw that on somebody. Schizophrenia is a very serious condition that needs to be managed through medication for some people. So, I mean, you don't just do that. Yeah, the Devil in the reverse, the Ten of Cups. I'm saying they're going to try to make it seem like... Now, if you watch my Nicki reading, there is a little bit of, you know, disarray in the relationship, yes. But they're going to try to use media tactics and all of that. Oh, he's cheating. He's out here doing this. He's out here doing that. You know. So you got to be mindful of that. Okay, Five of Cups did show up in the upright. That can be sadness, depression, regret, maybe even feeling at a loss. And I feel like this is taking a toll on her. I do. But it's getting like trying to really find her strength or trying to keep the strength. So whoever she has around her, I hope they're a really good support system. It really could just be the Barbs for real at this point. And obviously, you know, her husband, you know, maybe her mom and things like that, giving her the most support they possibly can. Five of Cups, it's like feeling very disappointed, okay? Why is this here, please? And maybe that's another thing too, being disappointed. It's like, wow, I cherish, like talking about Jay-Z in Nicki's perspective, like I cherished you, like I loved you, I looked up to you, I was heavily influenced by you. And just for you to turn around and be this type of person, it's very disappointing to her. You know, and she's not discovering this just last week, but she's been knew this at this point. But it's still disappointing, you know? It's like dating somebody for years or being best friends with somebody for years. And then it's like, or again, just looking up to somebody as a strong influence, and you find out it's like actually their whole life was fake. Or they're actually a piece of shit, you know? That's kind of sad. Yeah, Queen of Swords. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she's an Aquarius rising. Okay, yeah, look at that. As I said that. Here she is showing up, Sagittarius energy, Queen of Swords. If I'm not mistaken, please someone correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, we can't be right about every fucking thing. But if I'm not mistaken, I think she's an Aquarius rising. Queen of Swords, yeah, speaking her truth. I think she's just tired of feeling like she has to be quiet, feeling like she has to, you know, shut up, or feeling like, you know, these people with Rock Nation and them, like controlling every fucking thing. This is someone definitely taking their power back and being stern, creating boundaries, and speaking the truth. They don't mince their words. Again, another very intelligent energy. This is not giving me someone who is confused, disoriented, or anything like that, okay? Calling judgment with the truth. The Judgment card and the Queen of Swords. This could also be law enforcement, okay? A lawyer, a judge. We already talked about how there are legal proceedings. Kind of in the air in the 5D. They haven't grounded just yet, but yeah, it's coming. Okay, 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's giving, you know, 8 of Cups, 4 of Wands. 8 of Cups is kind of like walking away from something or someone that is not really fulfilling you emotionally anymore. 8 of Cups is like following your intuition as well. There's a giant full moon on this card, so definitely following your intuition, being a nomad. I don't know if she's like renewing her deal, if she's ever going to do music again after this album coming out, but I see her kind of like expanding her horizon. She's got a lot of other business ventures that we know about, obviously, but I kind of see her taking more of like an executive route, a business route with this Queen of Swords. If not, maybe even going independent for real. Because she is with Republic right now, but she could be allegedly, possibly looking to go independent maybe. And I had actually, and shout out to you, Miss Angel. I don't know if you are here in this reading, okay, you guys. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Miss Angel, Kisses the Oracle. I had posed a question in her live stream, you know, is her label, Republic Records, behind this smear campaign, assassination of character? Are they like working in tandem with certain people that don't want her around either? Because I don't see the benefit in her record label trying to sabotage her when they make a lot of money off of her. But in the same breath, it's like if she's going to walk away, this is the last album, she wants to go independent, taking all her fans with her, that could be a point of contention possibly for Republic. You know, if she doesn't want to re-sign with you guys, are y'all involved in this smear campaign behind the scenes? Now, I'm not saying Republic Records should get on Twitter and defend her or like her tweets. I'm not saying that. It's a business. I get it. But I don't really know if they defend her, if they're helping her behind the scenes. I don't know. But maybe possibly her cutting ties, or this is her last album, her walking away, she fulfilled the contract, but if she didn't re-sign with them, I could see that being a problem. You know, yeah, look, Empress, maybe trying to do her own thing, be her own boss, which is not wrong. But when you're a record label and one of your biggest cash cows is trying to get up out of here, it's like, no. Allegedly. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, yeah. Yeah. They're really trying to wear her down or wear her out emotionally, because 5 of Pentacles is financial hardship, okay? But it also can be emotional depletion, you know? They feel, look, very left out in the cold. It's like they're really trying to work on her strength and her courage, her confidence, and her resilience. And it's not to say that it doesn't, it may work sometimes. It may work, but it doesn't get to the point where I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing, you know, or just give you guys the power. She's not going to do that. And yeah, look, the Empress. I'm not going to just give you guys my power. I'm the fucking Empress. Or if it was a man, I'm the Emperor. You don't deserve my power, you know? I'm not giving you that. Okay, why is this 5 of Pentacles here? I'm going to get one more on this. Why is this 5 of Pentacles here? And she could feel like they are going through it financially as well. Like running out of funds, running out of money. Rock Nation, allegedly. Okay. Oh, what is this? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, running out of money. Small offers. I think they owe her some money for real. And they could have tried to, yeah, make an offer toward her. And she made a clear, sound decision and said, fuck that. Because it wasn't enough. Or they could have tried to shortchange her or something. Okay. Yeah. 6 of Cups. Memories, things from the past. I'm telling you, wow, yeah. Something here very deep from the past is about to come up, and it's going to affect their money. Rock Nation, yeah, look. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. No more deals, no more offers, no more reciprocity, no more financial help. Okay, 9 of Swords, 4 of Swords. It's giving stress, anxiety, things coming to a halt, a pause, stagnation with this 4 of Swords. So, yeah. Knight of Pentacles, for whatever reason, is flipped over in this whole, the only one. Knight of Pentacles. Again, a slowdown in money. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me a minute. My bad, guys. I had to send out a message really quick. But yeah. Again, and I feel like we're going to go back to Rock Nation, you guys, and Jay-Z. But I feel like they have really just exposed their own energy almost here. cover up, okay? You got organized crime. And as I'm shuffling, the Queen of Wands just fell out. So we know who that is in this reading. Okay, organized crime and cover up. Yeah, why is it here, please? Oh, okay, the Hierophant is showing up. That could be literally like law enforcement or higher institutions of learning, higher sectors of the government. Damn, we have organized crime. And the Hierophant, that could be like a spiritual leader as well. But I'm telling you, it's not in the sense of like love and light and positivity that maybe you guys are seeking out, or what I give on my channel. It's not that. Okay, again, look, spiritual hater, some very dark stuff. Okay, now I will say with this Hierophant showing up first, as far as like how they view Nicki or how they're feeling about her, they know that she's very like spiritually protected and like a God-fearing woman. So this is someone who, again, like I said before, a spiritual teacher or a spiritual leader of some sort, or maybe just someone who has a relationship with a higher power. And they are very entangled in high sectors of government, Rock Nation for sure. Okay, why is this here, please? Ah, damn, the Death card again. It's like they really want to kill her spirit or kill her joy or something. You know how they do? It's like, we can't, assassinate you physically, but we'll assassinate your character. Oh, you're on drugs. You're this. You're that. You deal with underage men or underage women. It's always a fucking pattern. Okay, the Death card is a transformation, an ending here. So it's giving like she could be very spiritually protected. And that's the thing too about people who work with root work, witchcraft, whatever it is. If you're good, okay, even if you work with dark energy, fine, whatever, do you. Stay the fuck away from me, but do you, right? Whatever. People that are involved in dark energy work too, they know, again, if they're good or working with someone very good, they know if a particular energy is very protected spiritually. They know if somebody outranks them in the spirit realm. So it's giving like they know they can't do certain things to her. So they gotta try other ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's giving like they could have even been warned, like in a spiritual sense, or by like a spiritual practitioner that's very high ranked. Maybe in their camp, under their Rock Nation wing, whatever the fuck. Like y'all, maybe I should stop. Like maybe we shouldn't do this anymore. Something like that. Okay, yeah. Look, Seven of Swords, very sneaky, deceptive behavior, and they use the government and people in high positions of power to do their dirty work for them too. Okay, like seriously. Why is this here, please? And the Emperor. Wow, these are all major arcana showing up over here as well. Ooh, fuck. I don't even want to say what I just heard. Okay. Now, technically, I guess the Emperor would be like her husband, right? He is an Aries, the man in her life, right? The father of her kids. But they also view her as someone who's very confident, very strong. They're not budging too much, Aries energy can be very fucking stubborn. But they stand in their own power. I had the Emperor show up a little while ago. So someone who is like very good at what they do, very well off, obviously financially, right? The Emperor is very stable, very secure. And it's like they're trying to put an end to either her marriage, her stability, or create strife in her marriage and things like that. Maybe, well, that's her protector. So maybe if we do enough, maybe he'll just walk away or get the fuck up out of here because he can't handle it anymore. And it'll leave her vulnerable. It'll leave her alone by herself. He's not going any fucking where until Nicki says so. Okay, I can promise you that right now, allegedly. He's not going any fucking where until she files a divorce, until she says, get the fuck out of here. Okay, so good luck with that, chump. But yeah, damn, I don't even like what I'm hearing right now. And again, I already got this vibe of like an assassination or some type of attempt to get someone up out of here to the upper room. If they can't do it to her, You know, maybe we can try her husband. That'll really fuck her up mentally. My God, these people are devious, man. And they are patient. They are patient. Like, they will do anything, any which way, or climb up the ladder slowly but surely to get to where they want to get, no matter how long it takes. Because again, these are spiritual narcissists we're dealing with. So they think that they'll get away with anything that they do, no matter how long it takes, no matter what they have to do it. Okay. Yeah, they view her as someone, I know she's a female, but just emperor status, okay? Yeah. Why is this here, please? What is this? Oops. Ace of Swords. Okay. Damn, that kind of just confirms what I was just saying. And again, that's like they know she's very, and look, the King of Wands. That her husband, I already said, is an Aries man. Okay, the King of Wands can represent an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius man. But the Ace of Swords with the Emperor is giving, like, again, they know who they're dealing with. They know that she's mentally fucking sane. They know she's very smart. Okay, very intelligent, very wise. And I think that she has a very sharp tongue, okay? If she's business meetings with Rock Nation and them, whether it be in the past, currently, whatever it was, very sharp tongue. And again, I do feel like they think that she's difficult to work with. But when somebody knows their worth or knows their position, maybe, you know, them, again, like, no, again, knowing their worth or just not falling for the bullshit could be difficult to work with. Oh, you're a diva, you're a bitch. You know what I'm saying? People been saying about Mariah Carey for how long? You know? But let's see. What is this? Ace of Swords. They want to, like, remove someone from her life or remove the protection around her, whether it's spiritual or physical protection. And then they want to work on her more because she'll be more vulnerable. Oh. Okay, Knight of Pentacles is showing up here as well. Trying to slow down somebody's money. Knight of Pentacles can be a stable, reliable offer, but it is very fucking slow. Very slow. I told you, they're very patient, you guys. Very patient. They will work their way up the seams if they have to get what they want, no matter who it is. And I see something here, maybe like a court of law could maybe slow up their money a little bit. In what regards, I'm not sure. And look at this. Didn't I just say a court of law could slow up their money? Here goes the Justice card. And then the High Priestess in reverse is like secrets revealed. Things that are not hidden. It's not a secret anymore. It's out in the open. Okay? So, yeah. There could be a lot of shit coming out. Shit, even before a court date or in the midst of court. Wow. And it could be attached to some secrets here that would come out. That may force a slowdown in the money or offers and deals and things like that. Okay, I do see that Rock Nation did want to offer her something, though, with this Knight of Pentacles, but she denied it. She said no. Okay, Ten of Wands. Yeah, they view her as a burden. Someone that's kind of like the thorn in my fucking leg that won't get out. You know, wow, that's kind of sad. And they're viewing her as someone that's trying to slow shit up or stop shit for them. But it's kind of like, no, even if Nicki didn't exist, it's like your own actions would have caught up to you anyway, Rock Nation. With all, you know, with all these burdens and shit from the past as well. They would have caught up regardless, you know. They want to create strife for her. They want to create stress for her, you know. And again, they view her as someone that's just a burden or is making shit very difficult. It's just kind of weird because it's like making shit difficult for you. Why? Let her do her. You all do you, you know, and let everybody be fucking happy. But yeah. Okay, Four of Wands is in the reverse. I don't really read reversals, you guys. I'm going to flip it upright, but it's giving again like trying to ruin her marriage or create strife in the household. Okay, create some type of like chaos or discombobulation there. And again, I see a lack of stability here with this Four of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to flip it upright. But yeah, it's like if we can attack her mental stability with this Ace of Swords, then let's try that. or if we can't attack her physically like the way we want to, put work on her, fine. We got to do it another way. Well, we're going to attack her husband, you know, oh, well, his criminal background, this, that, and the third. That shit still didn't really fucking work for real. So we got to try something else. Redirect. Wow. And it's giving like they're working on her emotional and her mental at this time, it seems like. Wow. And again, with the mental health talk, that Breakfast Club interview was not a fucking coincidence, okay? I'm going to look into that too, that Keisha Kayor and Gucci Mane stuff. But just so happened, now we've got a mental health episode about schizophrenia. She's like, stop. Like, I could be fucking wrong. Maybe it's just a major coincidence. Maybe just a major coincidence, right? Ace of Cups, yeah. They love her, though, for real. It's really sad. It's like you could love somebody, have respect for them, but it's like you're not good for business over here, and you're a thorn in my fucking side. They know how much people love her and adore her. Yeah. Ten of Pentacles. Again, guys, I'm not reading cards. This is how they're viewing her or the energy they have toward her. Ten of Pentacles. Like, I thought she was going broke. I thought she was about to get her house taken back. I thought, wasn't that a headline? And they're viewing her as the Emperor with the Ten of Pentacles. Like, what? What? Like, come on. I just don't get it. Like, they want to cut her off financially. Well, not that they support her financially, but they want her to be cut off completely. Again, from her marriage. It's like trying to put a knife in the middle of a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich or something. Wow. Yeah, and look, the Lover's in reverse. I don't think that's gonna work though. Until Nicki says it's over, it's not. They're not gonna allow other people to infiltrate what they have going on. I feel like, okay. Last here, please. Ten of Cups. Oh, I mean, not Ten of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, they view her as someone very stable. They view her as someone who's very spiritually protected. Or again, she has a higher spiritual rank, which is maybe why she's viewing herself as enacting the karma or being a catalyst for the karma. Okay. Oh, yeah. Eight of Pentacles. Working. They know she's working. Yeah, it's someone who's very particular, very organized, very precise. And again, I see people doing work on her. Like spiritual work on her, but it's giving like it doesn't really work. Or even if it does, it may like stress her out for a little bit. Okay, it feels like a monkey on your back for like a week or two, but it kind of just rolls right off the back is what I get with that type of energy, at least. Okay, let me get one more. This Eight of Pentacles, please. And again, I do feel like they could have gave her an offer to try to work together. That's a lot more recent, not so far in the past, not the title stuff. This is getting a lot more recent. They could have tried. Yeah, look at that. And the bottom, King of Wands. They definitely wanted to work with her. By his directive is what I'm seeing. But that was more so like to control her, I feel like. Or just get her on the team. You know, if we can't beat her, join her. And that didn't work. That just didn't fucking work, okay? The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I'm done, you guys. I'm tapping out of this. Yeah, it's like they know who they're dealing with. They know who they're dealing with. They see her working. They know she's going to make a lot of fucking money either off this album, if she's going on tour, off of a tour. Again, the wife, trying to work on the marriage and the relationship. And that's just not going to work. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to leave this here, you guys, because it's very, the way that everybody else views her, that's how they view her as well. Rock Nation and them. That's, you know. Yeah, it's like, just leave them alone. It's giving, just leave them the fuck alone, okay? And guys, you don't have to believe this. You don't have to take anything from this if you don't want to. It's totally fine, but you guys can go back to my other readings that I've done on either Rock Nation, Jay-Z, or Nicki Minaj, and it's fairly consistent. So, I'm gonna leave this here, you guys. I think this was pretty decent. A long read. I didn't mean to keep y'all here for this long, but I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.